Greetings, my name is Ian and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I would like to talk with you about this latest Genesis SACD from Analogue Productions, and this is of course the 1983 self-titled album. The album which includes a lot of their big hit singles such as Mama and That's All. The important question here is this new SACD mastered by the ever-dependable Chris Bellman, is it better than the original 1983 CD release? Now, for those of you who are not familiar or need a refresher course in SACDs, the basic difference between CDs and SACDs come down to disc capacity, audio encoding, sampling frequency, channel availability, and playback time. So the disk capacity for a CD would be around 700 megabytes, whereas an SACD layer would hold up to 4.7 gigabytes. So almost 5 gigabytes, whereas a CD layer would be less than a gig. Audio encoding for a CD would be 16-bit PCM, whereas SACD offers 1-bit direct stream digital, or DSD. Sampling frequency for the CD layer is 44.1 kilohertz versus 2,822.4 kilohertz on the SACD layer. Audio channels for CDs are two-channel stereo or mono, whereas SACDs can offer up to 6 discrete channels for surround sound. Now, it is important to note that while there were Genesis SACDs with 5.1 surround mixes included, released in 2007 or thereabouts, this release does not contain any surround content whatsoever. It's the stereo master only on both the CD and SACD layers. Finally, the playback time on a CD would be 80 minutes, whereas the SACD can offer up to 110 minutes without DSD compression. And for purposes of this review, I did listen to the CD layer as well as the SACD layer. And for those of you at home who are wondering if you can play the SACD layer, I was able to decode it on a Blu-ray player. You know, I have to be completely honest with you. The prior Genesis SACDs available in this reissue campaign have all been terrific upgrades, and noticeably so, in my opinion, over previous CD editions, whereas this new SACD is pretty close. The largest improvement that I hear in the new SACD version over the original is perhaps in the bottom end. I also think that there's a lot more individual instrument clarity on the new SACD. Phil Collins' drums very much sit in their own space and feel very distinct, I think, from everything else that's going on around it. I also think Mike Rutherford's bass has a lot more punch and presence. Volume-wise, I did have a chance to compare both of these issues in a Pro Tools session and found that they pretty much sit around the same place. There aren't any loudness or compression issues present in the new SACD. And although it definitely seems louder when you put the disc on, I think that this might be the enhancement on the bass frequencies that makes it seem this way. Because looking at the waveforms, I really don't notice a huge amount of difference. And I was actually toggling back and forth listening to the song Home by the Sea. I had them precisely synced up, and I really couldn't tell that much difference in terms of overall loudness or compression. Overall, I think this is a really nicely mastered disc, and very much in keeping with the original EQ and intent. It's not like some of the older Genesis CDs, which could be very much botched on older masters. This is one that they may have gotten right to begin with. So I would definitely put this SACD in the category of for fans only, or if you've collected the other Analogue Productions SACDs and you know, just want to keep your collection complete. I totally understand that, but I actually hesitate to recommend this unless you are you know, a super fan of this album, this band, or Acoustic Sounds, Analogue Productions in general. I have to say though that coming to this as more of an old school Genesis fan, I really did enjoy this album. And I think that a couple of the songs are very strong. I think the performances are really strong. There are maybe one or two songs on it that I don't love. I'm still not completely convinced by Illegal Alien, although it is an amusing concept for sure. Otherwise, I think I like just about everything on it. I think That's All is one of the band's strongest tracks. I think Home by the Sea is really great, especially that bass line from Mike Rutherford. I can't get enough of it. So I will leave a link in the description to purchase this from Acoustic Sounds. That's really the only place you can pick this up, although I think Laser CD may offer this and other Genesis SACDs. So feel free to leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, if you've had a chance to pick this up, if you think it's a major upgrade, or if you think that it's pretty close like I do. But yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel because I do love talking about these Genesis SACDs. I think Chris Bellman's done a wonderful job, particularly with like The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway and some of the earlier Gabriel titles. I think those stand to have the most improvement. And I'm also very excited that Analogue Productions has apparently announced Wind and Wuthering, which is one of my very favorite sort of middle period Phil Collins era Genesis albums. And I think it's one that would benefit the most from a sonic overhaul because all of the previous CD editions that I've had have been really trebly and not very full sounding, very kind of cold and distant. And part of that is the album itself, but I think that a sympathetic remaster would do it a lot of good. So yeah, the point of this is to remind you to subscribe to the channel because I will be talking about future Analogue Productions Genesis titles. But until then, it's been a lot of fun talking with you, and you'll hear from me really, really soon. Alrighty, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.